Evening, everybody. It's a few minutes before 6, and this is your closing comment for Wednesday, the 31st, last day of the month of May 2023, and it is video number 1777. Okay, so we started off with crappy mortgage apps, um, a bigger negative on refis versus new purchases. We had the Chicago PMI, which was 40.1 excuse me, versus 46.1, which was an adjustment from 48.6. What that means is business got worse, and in fact, it got much worse. And we also had jolts, which came through with a stupendous number of 10,103,000 versus another already adjusted 9.745, which means that last week's number, when they put them out, really was not accurate. It was 9.59 million. So the miss there is that regardless of what they're doing, the jobs market continues to act well. Tomorrow we have a lot of news. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be here the first half of the day, but I will tell you it's Thursday, so it's claims day. It's also the ADP number, which traditionally I kind of feel better about as far as accuracy. It doesn't get revised or amended, and they're actually doing payrolls. So my thought is, in general, that they kind of screw up less often than anybody else. Um, and we have a couple of other economic issues, and I'll get to those in a minute. I want to look at a couple of the companies that we talked about this morning, those being Umbrella, which had, when we talked this morning, was down 16 at 65 and change. It actually traded down to 67 and a half. The last is 71.75. That's only down 12.5% or $10.21. So didn't get much worse, but it certainly didn't get much better. Another one was AAP. It's the auto parts company, Advanced Auto Parts. This morning, it was pretty hefty to the downside there, too. 82.50 down 29 and change, or 36%. And it only got worse. It traded all the way down to most recent, got down to 72.60. Last is only 72.85, and that's down 39.35 or 35%. So this morning it was bad, but it was only down 26 at the close. Here it's now down 35. Early morning, but after the open, CPRI, I'm sorry, that's Capri retail. Um, don't remember which ones they own, but I believe one of them is Mark Kors. In any event, the stock traded from 39 and change to 34 and change, and the last is 35.10 down 448 or 11%. I mention that as a retailer because tomorrow we have a bunch of retailers, including Lululemon, which comes after the close. The big name stocks were down, but none more than your good friend Jimmy Cramer's favorites. He's got three of them today. CRM, Salesforce, closed 223.38, up 45 cents. Traded on the news up to 231 and then reversed to 208. So pretty decent size reversal, $23. The last is 209.50. That's down 940, um, and that was 4%. And you can be sure when his show starts in a minute or two, you can see him kiss kiss Mark Benioff's butt, um, and give him some of his typical softball questions. We had AI, C3 AI, which was up 33% yesterday. Today, not so much. They had earnings after the close. The stock is 32.57, down 11.40 or 25%. So yesterday up 34, 33%. Today down 25%. Pretty ugly. We also had another of Mr. Kramer's favorites, Okta, closed 99, up 79 cents. After the earnings, it gapped to the downside, got as low as 76.05, last is 76.94, down 14% or $13.17. And as long as we're going to be punching above our weight with Kramer, CrowdStrike, another one of his faves, 160.13 up 154, same as the others. 138.57 low, little bit of a recovery to 140, 162, but that's still down 11% or $17. So, for those of you who follow Mr. Kramer, you might want to take a look at that SJIM, the inverse Kramer. So there we have it. As far as futures, Bitcoin gave back a good piece of its gain from yesterday. The oil continued lower, down $1.37. Gold was up $5 after being up 14 yesterday. The silver recovered a bit. 23.59 was up 35 cents, was actually about 30 to 25 or 30 cents higher. The dollar was a little stronger. The bonds were a little stronger, up about 7/8 of a point, which in decimals is about 80 cents. And nat gas 227 continuing to falter, down another 6 cents today. Okay, one quick warning and then one explanation. SDA, a Chinese auto insurance company, merged into a US SPAC. I know you're probably tired of hearing about it, but the fact is, you can't trust any of these Chinese companies. And a quote fintech SPAC whose only news in the last 6 days was a private placement for $22 million. To give you an idea of what that looks like, as I said, the stock was a SPAC, moved down after the deal, got as low as $3.80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A week ago, it was $9.33, and that was actually up $1.23 or 15% on the day. Closed yesterday at $19 and change, and today had a range of $11.70 to $47. The last, as you can see, is 35, up 15 and a half, or just a scant 80%. So, I'm going to continue to warn you, Chinese stocks are not for everyone. In fact, they're not for me at all. So I keep away from it. And I won't be in the morning, but I did issue an alert. We took a really nice gain, about 120%, on our new position in SoFi. I wanted to come back into it. So what I did was I put out an alert that everybody got, every subscriber got. And in fact, I shared it in the Discord room. Um, I put an order in good till canceled. So if we get a pullback tomorrow, those options, which closed around 70 cents, we have an order in for roughly one third the size of our position, a normal position. And it's under the market down, I think, at 43 or 44 cents. So if we get there and it goes through, that's okay. We'll add to it. If it gets there, we get filled and it starts up. That's okay. We'll add to it again. But we won't leave it in as a good till canceled order. That was just a matter of convenience. All right, folks. I'll be back tomorrow midday. I'll give you whatever update I can give you at that point, and we'll look forward to tomorrow night. Be careful out there, folks.